Oh, what's up? So I just wanted to show you guys a battle, but first I'm gonna show you the team. And let me do something real quick. Let me. Oop. Oh man, you guys got to see it. Let's delete it. Okay. So I got Probo, the rocker, special wall kind of special tank, I would say. Toxic was just added. I want to play around with that because people don't think I need this stab. Flash cannon or anything else like that, hidden power or something like that. So I don't need that, so I just got that, and it's my favorite rocker because it has Volt Switch. I'm able to pivot around once the ground type is gone, or if I just can. Anyways, Rapidash, Fire Emblem Z, Flare Blitz hits like a truck. There aren't a lot of fire resist, so offensively, this is a great mon. Like the water types include like Silvally, so that's why I run Wild Charge, and then I don't really run Stomping Tantrum for things like Probopass or Golem, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't do that. I just have Will-O-Wisp so I can burn things like Golem, inconvenience them, and Flare Blitz and Wild Charge give me a good enough coverage. Then Rotom Fan, it was originally built around him, but it just kind of fit into the team pretty well. I run a weird EV spread, but other than that, it's supposed to be just a kind of tanky, annoying with Pain Split and Will-O-Wisp, and Air Slash for fighting types, stuff like that. So, and it can pivot around, bring Rapidash in, so does Probo, and also bring Silvally Water in, which is the next mon with Surf. And Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is mainly because this is the check for Float Zell. And yeah, it's the check for Float Zell, but it also fits to make a Fire Water Grass Core with Tangela and Rapidash. And with Parting Shot Defog, this keeps the rocks off of my side. But yeah, I can keep rocks up with Probo, pivot around, get them up, and I also have Parting Shot to lower their attack. I had U-turn, but I like Parting Shot a little bit better because Misremime isn't that common, and soundproof people in general, and if they are, just switch out like a man. Anyways, but the minus attack is way better than the minimal U-turn damage. So yeah, and it allows Rapidash to come in on neutral things like a normal type maybe, or fighting type maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I like that better than U-turn. Anyways, Tangela, staple physical wall with Regenerator, fits into the pivoting core very well. Toxic for grass types, so that I'm not completely walled by them, but grass types with substitute or things like, I don't know, yeah, grass with substitute or anything with substitute that can take a Giga Drain really. So got to be careful with this guy. It's kind of just sitting duck, but if you can suggest a fifth for this core or try to guess what it is if you didn't already see it and you're not trying to cheat. Anyways, try to guess it in the comments if you want to, in your head. You can think about it for the gratification or the satisfaction factor. Or you could try to suggest something based off of these 5 mons that you're looking at. But before you see it, it's a ground dark type. Don't try to guess it. Just know that it's a medium speed tier. It has Earthquake, Knockoff, Pursuit, and Stealth Rock. Yep, double Stealth Rock, but let's show it. It is Krokorok, the King Krok. He's Eviolite. Just Earthquake, Knockoff, Pursuit, Stealth Rock. I mean, just because they recommended Band or Scarf, and I liked Eviolite, and I couldn't think of a fourth move. The fourth move was Stone Edge, but these 4 moves are good, and Stealth Rock is good to have. You wouldn't expect double rocks, but that's how it goes. Anyways, let's get into this play. Alright, Silvally Water out here versus Silvally Dragon. I'm just going to Parting Shot. I outspeed him, so I might be faster, but it could have just been a speed tie. Going to Rotom. I don't want to go into Probo, have him Parting Shot out, and then be in Hippopotas. So that's why I went into Rotom, because I knew it could take anything. Just going to Will-O-Wisp, so I can Will-O-Wisp anything on his team. And I'm just going to stay in, take the Focus Blast, go for the Air Slash, and now I'm like, okay, he might realize that he's going to switch out. So I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp on anything else. But alas, I missed the Will-O-Wisp, and it sucks. I stay in because I knew I could take it, and I was going to threaten the Pain Split, but I think I just went for the Volt Switch to switch out, which is kind of silly looking back, but hey, I mean, giving the Electivire speed isn't that bad after all, and so now I'm going to Air Slash in case he stayed in. I don't know, but so I should have switched out right there, But I think I just went for the pain split. I don't even know what I clicked on, but I definitely should have switched out. But at least it gives me a chance to get the rocks up because he's definitely going to pivot. And at this point in the game, I didn't have Toxic. I might have gone for it right there, but I just switched into Silvally, the safe play. And I believe I just safely clicked Surf right here, not to do anything silly against that Hippopotas. He goes into Tangela, so just going to be able to parting shot out. But in fact, he double switches to Muck, which gives me the perfect opportunity to go into my Krokorok, which is excellent, because now I get to threaten the Earthquake, but instead I'm not going to go for the Earthquake, I'm going to go for the knockoff. And I'm going to get this Tangela's Eviolite off, and now that's a lot better than Earthquaking, obviously, but yeah. So the Tangela without the Eviolite can no longer take a hit from Rapidash. Otherwise, I would have to invest the Z move if it was at high HP. So I definitely don't want to do that if I don't have to, because then I can use it on something neutral, which is what I normally end up doing. I get the seeds off on the Muck. I double seeded there because I knew he was going to switch the second time. It was pretty obvious. And he goes for the curse on the switch, which is weird because I have a Krokorok. And I mean, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to Pursuit because I know he's not going to stay in to get killed by the Earthquake for free when he has the Tangela. So I get a nice 25% off, which isn't bad. He's going to be at 25% after the rocks when he switches in. And he goes for the Sleep Powder. And I'm going to go for the Leech Seed again because last time he switched out. But he shows me he actually has Hidden Power. Maybe he expected me to as well, but I don't have Hidden Power. So maybe I'll look into that, but I think that's Hidden Power Fire. I could have gone into Rapidash here, but instead I just go into Tangela just to get a little more health back. And also these mind games with all these switches. This is like a triple switch by now or whatever, but I knew, or I thought he wasn't going to go for Sleep Powder, so I just went for the Volt switch. He predicted me to go back to Tangela, and yeah, so I go back to Rapidash. I can easily threaten him out, so I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp on anything that wants to switch in. I was thinking more of the dragon or this thing, but it was this thing. So now I'm just going to switch directly into Krokorok because I can intimidate him. If he wants to go for Toxic, that's fine. I can knock him off. I can go for the Earthquake. But he goes right back. He whirlwinds and I sends me right back. So I'm just going to Morning Sun since he's not going to Earthquake. And yeah, so I can stay alive at least 25% back. I got free rocks damage, or free burn damage I should say. But anyways, I'm going to Surf now, or no, I'm going to Defog to get rid of the rocks instead. And he switches into Tangela. I'm a parting shot, go into Probopass actually, and he goes for the Sleep Powder, predicts that, not to go into Tangela because I would have died. And now I'm going to double out to Rapidash. And it works out very well because I go into this Electivire. Now watch this. Okay, so I switch into Krokorok, right? Because I know he's going to go for the Thunderbolt because he's Scarfed. He had to be Scarfed. I didn't actually know that, but I assumed that because he has Focus Blast, so he could kill the Krokorok. So I assumed he was Scarfed at this point. And if he switches into, if he stays in versus Rapidash, it shows that he is Scarfed because I would have killed him. So I switch into Krokorok, and that explains why I click Pursuit on this next turn. And on this next turn, yeah, I click Pursuit, trap him, and I'm able to kill him. So that's awesome. I was a poke behind, but he switches into Pawniard. I outspeed Pawniard. I'm way higher speed than that. Not way higher, but always higher unless it's Scarfed. And yeah, so I just Earthquake that, and I won that battle. He was a good player, but I won that battle purely because he didn't, like, calculate Krokorok correctly. He didn't know about Krokorok. So, yeah, I think that was pretty cool how Krokorok won me that battle. So that's awesome because the whole team is pretty high ranked. If you didn't catch the name, it's called ZUA rank, except the very end, at the very end, I just added this, like, I don't even know what rank Krokorok is. I'll put it in the description. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.